Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. And off we go from SoFi Stadium. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. Now the first carry for Cam Akers. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now these two division rivals, a couple of late games on the schedule this year. Their first meeting, you might remember, was back in Week 10. And it was the visitors getting the win there. So they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. And he's got room. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run. Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. And they'll run. This is Trey Sermon. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Rams, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Sermon now on 1st and 10. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On 2nd down, it's Sermon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Here's Lance to throw it. This one caught by Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the 49ers are on the board first on the road here in L.A. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And, of course, this a critical game in regards to not just the division race, but playoff seeding as well. They are a game up, but a loss here could really muddy the waters.
And both of these teams want to clear things up about how they feel about each other and their standing in the league. Because these two teams, they've really been the cream of the crop in their division. So this game, it's been looming on both of their schedules.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 55 rushing yards. Rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Oh, no doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Play action. Now it's Lance. Caught right side. Tate.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Lance, a give now to Sermon. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
This to the outside, it's Sermon. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he is going to have a 49ers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
To the right side, this is Sermon. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Lance. Into the hands of Patrick left side. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lance checks it down to Sermon out of the backfield. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Takes it at the 7. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So, and now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And that one quickly went from a big play for the offense, I thought they'd go the distance, to a big play for the defense.
And how about the emotions for the defense on that play? It broke big. It was going to be an absolute disaster for them. And it turns out they end up with the football. I don't know that they're exactly celebrating. Definitely plenty of relief, though.
Following the fumble recovery, Lance. That'll be complete to Sermon. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Now Lance. And he fires one that's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Rams are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle them up at different levels, that front one.
Touchdown, L.A. Jacob Harris, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Rams are able to get back within a touchdown.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. from the 10. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? From the 29, Lance. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lance. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, it's Lance. Rolling to his left. He'll find Sermon out of the backfield. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. And they'll go for it. Lance. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Stafford now to throw. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Garyon Conley. And the Niners are going to take over here up near the 40. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. After the interception, here's Stafford. Right side complete. That's Woods. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now a play fake it at Stafford. Going deep here for Watkins. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
He's going to air it out deep for Woods. On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked off at the 14. Well, you think about it, though, that interception, great for his stats, but bad for field position. It was 4th down.
Yeah, terrific observation. If there is going to be a silver lining, and this is what he'll plead when it comes time to watch it again, hey, it was just like a punt, right? So we end up taking possession of the ball. But you're exactly right about it. Should have slapped it down. Field position would be better for his offense. But how many times do you get a chance to make an interception that you turn it down? That's when your instinct kicks in and you take the football. In this case, a better decision would have been to knock the ball down.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Yeah, he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Lance going to throw. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he is going to have a Niners first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Lance. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Lance now on 1st down. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Again, they'll throw it with Lance. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Sermon. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Trey Sermon with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Niners take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. McManus's point after is good, and it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Now an option play on second down. Now they'll run the toss here to the wide side of the field. And some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, LA! Sony Michel hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Rams have got this back to a one-score game.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken just shy of the 10. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Lance forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Terrell Lewis. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Two things you can do in that situation: run it and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
131 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They'll run this with Akers. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. On 3rd, here's an option play right. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. He'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Stafford got his target, Samuel. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Rams. Deebo Samuel, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Rams have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down and, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Extra point right down the middle, and it will tie our game here in the 3rd. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Now a throw here to his running back. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They fake the handoff. Now Lance rolling to his right. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
On 1st down, Lance. Over the middle, that's caught by Harry. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. A play fake for Sermon. Now Lance. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down. Throwing now is Lance. This is caught by Tate. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Sermon. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Trey Sermon with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Off the option, here's Akers. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Stafford going to try and run. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
The Rams on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He's going to look deep for Watkins. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. A big connection on that one. 37 yards. Pretty good play by both the thrower and the catcher there, Charles. Third down, showed a lot of trust in his receiver.
And what I liked about the play was his receiver's understanding that everything wasn't on time back in the pocket. Rhythm was off a little bit. He adjusted as well and gave them a chance to complete that play.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And they run the option on 2nd down. Oh, no, he lost the football. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 15-yard line.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Throw, but incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
They'll run for it with Akers. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Now a 2nd down and 6. On the give, this is Akers. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Cam Akers with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails. And this is going to be intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Again, it'll be Akers. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Akers. And this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. And no movement for the field goal unit to break this tie. They're going to go for this thing. 4th and goal. Here we go. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits...
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
So the L.A. Rams with a victory here, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for Los Angeles, the final 3 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with the win. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com.